All right, we are here. We are having fun. Wait a minute, the live chat's not working. Let me go ahead and fix that shit.
I wouldn't know. I'm still singing the intro.
Well, I fixed it now. So, holy shit. Gotta love when stuff blows up.
Indeed.
Although I do have to say, wow. Wow, I'm either going to be really lucky or this is really going to fucking hurt.
Oh,
Oh, Jay, did you not see the picture that I put in the general chat on UDSA?
I haven't really been much on the Discord.
Bad, Jared, bad.
Yes, I did a bad thing. And here's the thing: is like, I just
Oh,
I didn't even notice it until it was like going around, and I see people moving off to the side. I look down at one of my rear views. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I like Pig's. I like Pig's response to it though. He found a missing piston.
No. I finally got nabbed for. Yeah, actually, you know what? Hang on a second. Let me go grab and actually finally look at the paper to see what he even put on there.
You ran over a flurf toes. That's what it was.
Oh, are we using Restream.io? Or are we still working out the kinks on that? Nice one, Tech.
Whoa, what?
Your meme.
Oh, you mean the one? Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I'll ask Jared.
we're not using Restream tonight because.
Hey, can I show boobs on the internet for you?
Huh? What?
Can I show boobs?
Yeah, well, no, we're not doing boobs. All right.
Hey, look, you can't show boobs.
I think
My wife
these
is
boobs
right
would
next
be
to me.
fine to show.
Okay. So.
Wait, did I hear boobs? I want boobs. Show the boobs.
No, we don't want to see man boobs.
Bring on the boobs.
No, we're not doing boobs.
We're doing boobs. They're great boobs.
Tech shared this with everybody. So
Yeah,
everybody else.
it's safe. It's safe. It's just boobies. It's just a bunch of boobs.
They're really big boobs.
They're really,
This
really
is the only
big
kind-
boobs too.
This is the only kind of
Google.
boob that I don't like.
I'm sharing anyways.
Hey, y'all hear me?
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Pig.
Oh, those boobs. Yeah, those boobs are fine.
Obviously, nobody can hear me.
Oh, we hear you. We
It's
just didn't.
quiet.
Now we need a side boob channel.
So 98. Well, at least I have until the end of the month.
So what were you picked for?
92.
In a.
35.
That's it.
Damn.
What are we talking about?
Oh,
Jared's boobies.
I thought I gave slightly. Yeah, so I went for a relaxing ride.
Relax.
And oh no, I was relaxed. I was totally in the fucking zone.
Too far in the zone.
But that was the problem.
Here, Jared, I'll share that picture with everybody.
You zoned out. That's what it was.
Here you go, Furball.
Oh no! So how much did that cost you?
Oh, there's no price on it yet.
Oh, that much. Okay.
So it's either going to be really bad, or I'm going to get really lucky because this is my first defense.
Oh, well, maybe you just have to go to one of those traffic court.
The tribunal, yeah, that's where I'll find out. Which it'll be the end of September is when I'll find out. But it's one of those.
So,
oh boy.
They'll send you to FE Corps.
I won't advise you of your rights right now, but I'm going to ask you an incriminating question. How fast were you going?
Oh, they got me at 92.
In other
That's
words,
it?
over
Bad.
150% over
but
the limit.
it was 92.
Was it in a 20?
35?
Only 92.
Oh,
At least it wasn't a school zone.
That is,
Yeah.
not a school zone, not amongst traffic.
Was it residential?
That's the problem.
Oh, residential.
But that entire section of the state is residential. Because it is the northern part of the state where there's actually a bunch of large plots of land.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's like auto reckless driving here. So
I got tagged doing 140 and 65
Is that miles or kilometers?
miles.
Oh, okay.
at what point does the cop just say, "Good job"?
Well,
In my
so when he
in-
walked up, he was like, I thought you were running. It's like, no, as soon as I saw you behind me, I slowed down and stopped because fuck having
I'm not an idiot.
Fuck, no, I quite literally said, fuck having an evasion on the record. He's
You
like,
know-
and then he was
in my
like,
ca-
and then he asked, he's like, do you know how fast you were going? And I said, honestly, no, I wasn't looking down at the speedo. I was paying entirely attention to the road in front of me.
You know,
In my-
I used to have one of my first vehicles was a Ford Ranger, but it had a 5-liter V6 in it. And I remember getting caught speeding on there, and the cop asked me if I knew how fast I was going. And I honestly had to answer him that I don't know, officer. My speedometer is 85.
Ouch.
In my case, on my speeding ticket for going 140 and a 65, I got the judge to throw it out.
How?
This was the deal. This was back when I was still in the Army, and I was living in Barstow and working at Fort Irwin, which is a 38-mile drive one way.
Ooh.
And there's a long stretch when you come out of a, if you look on a map, there's a very long flat piece, not flat, but straight piece of the road. Anyways, I was heading to work to go to staff duty, and I got behind a line of cars behind two cement dump trucks that were powdering down this road on this 2-lane highway. And everybody was passing them, and everybody would pass, and then it came my time to pass. So I went up to pass them, and I was going to get between the two dump trucks like everybody else did, but the two dump trucks closed their distance where I couldn't get into the gap. So I either had and I had cars coming at me from the opposite lane, so I had either one choice: slam on the brakes to get in back into the right-hand lane, or floor it and get ahead of everybody and get up in front. So I decided to floor it. And the very first car coming at me was California Highway Patrol, and he lit me up and pulled me over. And so I got a ticket for going 140 and 65. But when I went to the judge in San Bernardino, I said, "Hey, Judge, I had a choice. Either I slam on the brakes and try and get back into the right-hand lane, or I floor it and get around everybody." And I took the safest course because I had the power to get around everybody. And there I was, because then I was driving a 1,000 horsepower GTR, and I had the power to get around everybody as fast as possible. And he said, "Well, under the circumstances, I probably would have done the same thing if I had your case." So he just threw it out.
Yeah, and that road coming out of Fort Irwin, if you're not speeding on that, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's the 10-mile stretch. Yeah, that's the thing is, it's cool when you come out of Fort Irwin, you come down the hill and you're going towards Barstow, you can see all the way across. So you can basically look and see if there's any cop, any highway patrol on the side waiting for you. And nope, none. You just floor it and fucking haul ass and get home as fast as possible. But if you see you think it's a chip car coming down Jackhammer Pass, you fucking definitely don't speed because they'll get you. But that's how I got out of that one.
Oh, here we go.
This road right here.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
I can
That's
see
Fort
what you mean.
Irwin. No, that's not. You go left, 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 left,
That road.
left, down, 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 down. That goes. Stop. That right there. That road is that's the gate right there. And if you go down more, just zoom out. It's easier. That's the 10-mile stretch. That long flat spot. That's
Right here.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, there's
the-
nothing there.
Yeah, they call it the 10-mile stretch because in Fort Irwin is the end of the fucking end of a 38-mile fucking cul-de-sac. And that
Damn.
one road where I said when you start going left, in that one road takes you to Goldstone.
Yeah, it's like 38 miles of nothing until Barstow, isn't it?
Yes, you go out of Fort Irwin, you go up you come out of Fort Irwin's kind of like a bowl. So you come out of Fort Irwin, you go up a hill, and that's where the gate is. And you go back down the hill, and then you make it kind of goes slowly to the right. And then that's a 10-mile stretch right to show you that long straightaway. And then at the other side, it goes back up again to what they call Jackhammer Pass, and then it basically kind of weaves its way through the mountains, and it goes back down again. And then you got another 15 miles to get you to the I-15, and then you get on the freeway. Then you got another 10 miles to get you back to fucking Barstow.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, that fucking long ass stretch. But I had the power to get around, so I told it, I would have to slam on my brakes, skidding along to try and get back in the right hand lane, so I wouldn't hit somebody, or I just floor it, and I get around buddy, and I floored it. Because I've gotten that car up to 210 before, so.
Yeah,
I had an RX-8 that I was able to get up to 155 on the Autobahn.
Yeah, I've gotten the bike up to 115.
I would love to get my GTR over to on the Autobahn. I would fucking love it.
Yeah, it was fun. And at 155, you don't do that for very long because it is a nerve-wracking thing. But you can also watch the gas gauge go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about my car. If I put everything in full race mode and I get stupid, especially back here where I live, where there's all twisty corners, and yeah, this back road I live on, I can literally watch my fucking gas gauge move.
Oh, fucking red eye. So, today we learned that most of the viewers have committed traffic violations. Fucking leadfoot.
And got away with it.
Hey, I didn't commit any traffic violations. Where I was at, there was no speed limit.
I got.
You must be on the Autobahn.
Yep.
Yeah. I got caught in entrapment once getting parts for my motorcycle while I was in.
When I was stationed in Germany, I had this was my first tour, and that was a E5, and there was the E6, and we had to go to, from where we were at, we had to go to a place called Vilseck, which was way on the eastern side of Germany, to go through a Has 12 course. And he had this, I think it was a 1995 or 94 Ford Mustang that he souped up and put a turbocharger and stuff on. And as soon as he got on the fucking Autobahn, and he got in that fucking left-hand lane, he was fucking gone. And all he fucking slowed down for was to get gas. So.
I went on leave once and drove I was stationed in the Netherlands, and we drove from where I lived at in the Netherlands to Ramstein to the airport. And it was on leave, so we parked at the airport. But I averaged about 130 the whole way. And I was able to get there on one tank of gas, but I got there on fumes. Went on leave for 2 weeks, came back, and I averaged 90 on the way back, and I had a quarter of a tank.
This was we used to have this trick if we went up to Amsterdam or anything like that out of Germany, and people had like goddamn, a 1980 something fucking Volkswagen Rabbit or a Volkswagen Scirocco or some fucking 1970 something BMW that was a hoopty hand me down from some other fucking soldier who PCS a long goddamn time ago. But anyways, we would this is back when the you had to use fuel. I think they still use fuels ration
It's different now.
Yeah, but we had the fuel coupons. We had these little, actually booklet you had to rip up. But anyways, we would go down. If we were going down to Amsterdam or France or Italy or something like that for the fucking weekend, because you can only use those fuel coupons at Esso stations. So we did. Is we went down the motor pool, went to the Connex to get like fucking, 8 or 9 fucking 5-gallon fuel cans. And we'd go down to the Esso stations and fucking the housing area and fill up those fucking fuel cans and put them in the cars. So we would never have to fucking worry about getting gas outside of Germany. We just fucking fill up with using the fuel cans we took from the fucking motor pool. Good times.
I've made mistakes on the road before, but the worst mistake I ever made didn't involve speeding. It involved getting to the boat one day and then the Weps cussing me out. Apparently I cut him off on the way into the base. Whoops.
I cut
Rule
my
of thumb,
station commander off.
Yeah, don't cut off your department head.
No, not department. I managed to cut off the commander of the entire base.
If you want to go on,
my number.
Yeah, if you want to go on something about what the commanders in the base, this was right after about a month or so after 9/11, and we were always pulling guard on our installation. But after this, we moved our front gate to the very back part of the post, and then we had roving patrols and like that. But before that, we had just the front gate. We had guards just like that. But after 9/11, we kind of got a little more serious. We had wear Kevlars and flak jackets and stuff like that. But anyways, got this brand new soldier. He really didn't know what our battalion commander looked like, and our battalion commander was also the installation commander because our area was so fucking small. And McKelvey Barracks. It's west of Mainz, between Mainz and Ingelheim. If you look on a map,
Okay.
there's a.
So you were in Germany?
Yeah, but I got this brand new fucking private who just fucking came in, and he was on guard, and I was inside the fucking as the SOG. I was inside the guard shack, and I think everything's fucking fine. All of a sudden, the fucking sergeant major comes fucking stomping in, and he's like, "Hey, Sergeant so and so, what the fuck is going on with your soldier out here?" It's like I got up, got a parade rest. It's like I don't understand, Sergeant Major. What's going on? I don't. He's like, "Follow me." So I follow him outside, and there's my fucking private who just 5 minutes earlier, and I didn't even know about it. Literally pulled the fucking our battalion commander over to fucking secondary vehicle inspection.
Well,
Literally, when I went out there, all I see is the fucking battalion commander just fucking staring like bullets at me. And there's his fucking hood open, his trunks open, his doors were open. He's got his fucking paperwork on the car. And I was like, oh, fuck me. And it was like fucking, and it was in the middle of the second shift too. So literally this shit just fucking started. And everything got fucking done. And, the colonel drove off, and the sergeant major comes walking in, and he goes, "Hey, Sergeant, come see me at 1600. It's like, fuck me.
Oh.
So I had to walk in there and get a parade rest and stand on the carpet and just basically say, "Yes, Sergeant Major, no, Sergeant Major, yes, Sergeant Major." And I went back out and I had a true ass in my fucking private. It's like, okay, you get to stare at this fucking the leadership board, and who's got the colonel and all the battery commanders and the fucking Sergeant Major and all the fucking first sergeants. Like, you get to stand there for a half hour, or sorry, you get to stand there an hour and fucking just read off their fucking names at it, because that's how we're gonna do this.
There is nothing wrong with pulling over leadership and following protocol, in my opinion.
I know, but in our fucking unit, that didn't fucking happen.
The last time I went back to Fort Leonard Wood for some training, and that's the home of the MP regiment, there was an E2 that pulled over the CG for the post and gave him a speeding ticket, and the CG gave him a coin.
Yeah, and this was not a thing you did in our fucking unit, because we didn't have MPs. Our entire installation was my second tour was 1480A. It was 1480A and a fucking company of MI guys and a fucking company of the third shop for our Bradleys for maintenance, and that was it. So our battalion commander, he was the head dude on that fucking installation, and he didn't fucking like being, he thought he was the god of everything. He's the kind of guy who had his little Humvee that was parked in front of his building. The tires had to be armor all. The fucking everything had to be fucking perfect. That's the kind of installation we were at.
Fuck that.
Where you're painting curbs. And my first tour in that fucking same installation, we had this guy named the colonel. His name was H.A. Graziano, and he was he was so fucking cheesy and such a dickhead that I was walking down to the motor pool, and he was walking with the sergeant major on the opposite side, and I was just a private at the time. I think it was an E1 or E2. Anyways, I was walking, and I didn't salute him quick enough. You want to be saluted like fucking, halfway down the fucking block. And I waited till in your in recognition range, or basically kind of like common sense. So I saluted, and the sergeant major was like, "Hey, private, come here." And I walked over and said, "Yes, sergeant major." When did you recognize that was the colonel? I said, "Up there by the USO building, sergeant major." And he's like, "Well, that's when you should have saluted." I was like, "Sergeant major, that's 100 meters up the road for me." It's like, "What does it say in the book? Come see me at 1800.
6 feet. 6 paces.
Yeah.
Or 6 paces or upon recognition. And where I fucked up was, it's 6 paces at the minimal, and it's minimal of 6 paces, and upon recognition is when you're supposed to initiate it. But anyways, for me, when I fucked myself was when I said, "Hey, I saw him by the U.S. flag. I saw that was a colonel. I saw it was a sergeant major. It's like, okay, when he gets, on opposite side of the road, about 10, 13 feet in front of me, on opposite side of the road, go ahead, salute, render the greeting for the day, keep moving on down the motor pool. I got fucking chewed out. Me, my squad leader, my platoon sergeant, and my first sergeant all had to stand and see the sergeant major at 1800. And my punishment for the next 3 days was I had to fucking. We had these wooden posts on the side of the road. I had to paint the wooden posts, and the rule was if it moved, you saluted it. If it didn't fucking move, you were painting it. And it was literally told to me. It was literally told to me if a fucking bird flies by, you fucking salute it. If the wind blows the grass, you fucking salute it. So I was fucking saluting moving grass and flying fucking birds and clouds occasionally because I thought they fucking moved because I was a private and I was not about to be caught doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. So for 3 days, that was my fucking punishment.
Yeah, it's a lot like the candidate, the OCS candidate down in Pensacola. I saw literally chasing a squirrel, saluting it, trying to get it to salute back.
That's just the kind of unit I was. That same colonel, he liked to fucking Bradleys being armored, so fucking shine. We had, if you had a display Bradley, the tracks had rubber pads on. They call them track pads. We had to armor all the track pads that were exposed. Any rubber that was exposed had to be armor all. The vehicle had to be fucking armor all. The periscopes had to be Windexed. And you're going out there and you're fucking doing a display and you're supposed to be wearing a Nomax uniform, but you're wearing a Nomax uniform that you actually had to fucking get pressed, which fucks up everything. But they wanted those nice little fucking creases down the fucking your pant legs. And yeah, that's the kind of command my very first time in the Army in Germany I had to deal with. It made an
Yeah, that's the
impression
kind of command that makes you not want to stay in the Army.
Yeah, this was in 94.
Hey, Jared,
92,
what do you think of this
93, 94. This was back when shine boots and pressed uniforms was a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I had to do augmentee duty for security forces for 3 months. That was fun.
So this isn't coincidence. This is a situational awareness one.
Susan got stories. I'm always doing the story thing.
Yeah.
She always seems to have the stories.
If you want a September 11th story, I was on Fort Carson on September 11th, and if you remember, right after September 11th, there was also all of the anthrax scares with people getting shit in the mail. I was working.
I was at Governor's Island.
I was at on gate guard because after September 11th, we guarded everything on post, from the commissary to the PX to the gates to the fucking the CG's house, but none of it we did with ammo because that's smart. One night I was on gate guard, and a vehicle came through the gate. It was flagged out. It didn't have a sticker because you had to have the window stickers at the time. So we flagged it over into the inspection lane. We got halfway through the inspection, and the driver tells us, "Hey, just so you guys know, I think that my wife might have anthrax poisoning. We received a suspicious package in the mail." That's after we had already searched half the fucking car. So for about 8 hours, me and 4 other guys stood underneath a set of trees on the side of the road after our shift was done while his wife was examined. And they was like, "No, she's just got a cold. She's fine." It's like, you motherfucker. And the dude had 2 cars. He had one with a sticker and one without. But he decided to come through the gate with the one without the sticker and then didn't decide to tell us anything until we were in the car. I would have rolled the window down an eighth of an inch and said, "I need to go to the hospital. Don't open the doors."
Did they make you stand like a little engineering tape fucking circle so you wouldn't be...
That was a shitty day.
Mm-hmm.
I was on 9/11.
We never had
I was
ammo,
at Governor's Island.
I was on staff duty,
we had
regimental staff
every
duty.
fucking until I was on leave on Governor's Island at the time, so I actually saw. I didn't see the first one hit. I saw the second one hit. Because I was a Coast Guard brat, and Governor's Island is where we used to have the Coast Guard housing when Coast Guard used to be still at in New York Harbor. And I was out visiting where I used to live and where I grew up and played and stuff like that. And I heard the first one fly over and didn't think anything of it. And then the second one, then it hit, and everything happened. Then I watched the second one hit. But after I got back from like immediately, of course, after that, I got at my hotel, I had 3 fucking missed messages on the from the desk, and it was my command saying you need to fucking come back now and all this yada. We came back, and I can't remember how fucking long it was, but it was about 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, hold on just a second.
But we don't want to hold on.
Oh, yeah, look
Someone's
at this.
Garrett's having a personal problem.
But anyways,
Go ahead.
we were doing it was pretty much day on day off guard for fucking 5 months. The only time we actually stopped being on day off guard is when we had to take the Bradleys to Grafenwehr to do our retired gunnery.
Hey, Furball.
What's that?
Hey, I got a question for you. I've got a friend of mine who is
Yeah.
graduating. I've got a friend of mine who's graduating boot camp from Fort Wood here in Missouri. Do you know if she will be able to have her phone next weekend?
I don't know. I graduated boot camp 20 years ago.
Is she?
I figured if anybody would know it, would be the Army CID man.
Is it?
No, I don't.
Is she there for AIT also, or is she there for the basic training?
I think she's there for AIT.
So she's probably like she's either MP or engineer, right?
Yeah,
Or chemical.
She's
Or chemical.
Motor pool.
Maintenance.
She'll be construction.
Okay, if she's there, it's usually after AIT because when I was at Fort Bliss and I had privates who I knew, but this was goddamn 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago. Goddamn, 16, 15, 14, 5 years ago. When they came out between AIT and basic training, they got their cell phones back, and because they came out a new policy. But she should be able to make some kind of contact, or at least give somebody information about, unless she fucked up and then she ain't getting shit. So.
Well, I don't think
Yeah,
she fucked
cell phones
up,
weren't a
she's
thing when I
graduating.
went through basic.
Well, she's
Yeah,
graduating
right.
Wednesday, and as soon as she graduates, I'm hoping she gets her phone back, because I'm going to have her call in here, but I'm going to tell her to ignore anything Furball says, because he's Army CID. He needs to plead the fifth every time he asks her a question.
No, she should be able to get her cell phone back, but it all depends on what unit she is. So if she's like doing her basic training and her AIT with all the same company, like she'll keep the same first sergeant and the same drill sergeant. The drill sergeants will stop being drill instructors, and she'll now have a separate instructor group that will be giving her the instruction. But back when I was a drill sergeant, I didn't get my fucking privates. Shit.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that she can call in next Friday, because it'd be interesting to see what she's got to say about Army Basic now.
Yeah,
And then hear you guys talk about Army Basic.
It's all depending on what unit she's in, the unit policies like that. But most of the Army units now recognize that soldiers and their cell phones a fucking thing. So what they'll do is they'll probably give her like a chance to use her cell phone, at least call family and friends and give them an update about what the new policies that she has to fall under. So she may only get the cell phones like on the weekends, or maybe on Friday night if she gets a pass. Because that's what they're going to start working on now, is about being on pass and stuff like that, or whatever they had. When I was a drill sergeant at Bliss, I didn't give my guys shit.
Why does that not surprise me?
I wasn't playing fucking little kids games with fucking soldiers and their cell phones. So they fucking pissed me off. The fucking cell phones went and safe in the staff duty room, and that was the end of it. And they would get fucking mad and pout like little fucking 3-year-olds. It's like, I'm not playing this game with you guys. I fucking told you, I went, we're doing fucking room inspection. I mean, I'm talking now very calm and demeanor like, but I was definitely different.
Oh,
Yeah.
I tell you this much about Navy boot camp. I made the mistake, and I fucked up and showed up with a 2-meter walkie-talkie for ham radio. And that son of a bitch got confiscated right as soon as I hit the Golden 13 building.
I got caught in basic training. I got tired, and somebody's like, "Hey man, go to sleep in your fucking wall locker. Just sit on top of your 3-door chest." So I went to sleep in my wall locker on my 3-door chest, sitting up, and he's like, "Well, if the drill sergeant comes around, I'll wake you up." And
Never did.
just tell me your combination for your wall locker, so I gave him the combination. But the asshole didn't fucking lock the lock, so the drill sergeant walked by to do a fucking security check. My lock was unlocked, so he opened it, and there I was. So I was constantly sleeping in my fucking wall locker, and so I was spending a lot of this was at Fort Sill. So I was doing what they call billy goating at the time, is where you walk around and you're fucking picking up grass and stuff. After I got my ass smoked, then I was out there fucking with a special with a butter knife that the drill sergeants had in their fucking dress drawer just for this purpose. And I was out there picking dirt or grass out of fucking between bricks and the fucking in the walkway around the they call them the starships, but there's this brick walkway around it. And there I was on my hands and knees with the fucking butter knife, getting all the grass out of the fucking. It's my punishment. But I was so fucking sore, and that fucking night I was so fucking paranoid. I literally fell asleep at the position of tension because all my brain was just hearing was, get the position of tension, stand, get up, get down, flutter kicks, flip over, do some push-ups, get back over, flutter kicks, do some sit-ups. You're getting tired, all right. Do some more fucking push-ups and da-da-da. Diamonds. Oh, that's a fucking... You're private. You can't afford that big of a diamond. You got little diamonds. So get your arms close. Knock them out. And then when I became drill sergeant, I did that same fucking tactic. Oh, look. This fucking drop. Just knock out some fucking push-ups. All right. No, I want fucking diamonds. Whoa. What the fuck is that diamond? You're a little fucking private. You don't make that much fucking money. I'm a fucking drill sergeant. I don't even make that much. Get that diamond smaller and go up, and down, up, down. I just sit there for hours. You're getting tired. Oh, look, your arms are shaking. You're you're tired. Need a break? Yes, drill sergeant. Get on your back. Arms, hands underneath your buttocks.
6 inches.
6 inches. In cadence exercise. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You're the type of drill sergeant I'm glad I didn't join the Army for.
The thing is, though, later in my career, when I got these same, because I was an air defense drill sergeant, these same guys I knew later who, when I went back to permanent party, I came off the trail and went back to permanent party. These same guys, would come to my unit, and then later they would become E4s, and then eventually they become sergeants and staff sergeants. And I saw a couple before I retired. And the thing is, though, a lot of them said, they learned a lot from me, and I was like, well, kind of like, what do you mean? It's like, well, when I was in E4 doing this and this and this, but you're talking about leadership and doing things the right way and stuff like that. And it's like when I became an E5 and I had soldiers who work on anything, he's like, then I could see the pain that you had because of the bullshit I gave you. And I understood why you dropped this and why you did this and why you were hard on this about doing this. Because when they became NCOs, they could see that I was doing it for a reason. I was trying to teach them something. And they always say, well, now I understand when you dropped this and smoked our ass, is because when I got soldiers who were pissing me off, I get the same fucking way. And so, because I was fair. If you did what you're supposed to, I was fine with you. But if you try and fuck around me and play these little fucking kid games, I don't have time for kid games. Just get in the front lane and rest, and I'll be back in 5 minutes, and I'll be looking through the fucking window at you. So go ahead, fuck with me.
Well, and that was something that was interesting with my division in basic. We really didn't get smoked that often. There were only a couple times, and the last time there was actually a longer smoke session was because the RDCs were bored, and we hadn't given them a reason to do any of it, so they decided to play reindeer games. And they were just looking for shit. And I'm in the office doing the paperwork, just keeping my head down, being aware of what's going on, but not making myself a target. Chief is smoking someone, and I let out a chuckle. And the and at that moment, Chief stops dead in her tracks, looks over, is like, "Wait a minute, you're just sitting there. No. I haven't smoked you in a while. Get the fuck up. Get over here."
With this, because I was an AIT drill sergeant, so which means I had the privates during the weekends, and I had them before they had to get on the buses to go to do their training, and I also had them when they got off of the bus. So as soon as they show up, I'm basically their fucking babysitter. But I had this thing. Yeah, if they got off the bus and they're all fucked up, like they're out of uniform or doing something stupid, or they got because they're away from the drill sergeants, they're with the instructors, so they kind of got lackadaisical about doing fucking army shit. Because sometimes the instructors would kind of like to try and be buddy, so sometimes they would come over and start getting attitude, or they would be talking a certain way. It's like, oh, you're fucking up, yeah. But I had this thing where, if I saw a soldier fucking up and they knew who I was, I would just go bing, bing, and like, if you didn't know who I was, I had an explanation. It's like that bing, that sound I made was you fucking now being on my fucking radar screen. If you're on my fucking radar screen, because I'm now getting a return off your stupid shit, I'm gonna go over there and fucking, because I'm gonna go over there and drop chaff and some flares on your ass, and it's gonna get all hot and nasty for you a little bit over in the sand pit. So don't be fucking getting up on Sergeant so and so. I'm not trying to say my name here, but if you get up on Drill Sergeant so and so, and he starts doing the fucking ping noise at you, you're now on fucking Drill Sergeant's fucking radar, and you better fucking throw some chaff because you don't want to be on it.
Hey, Geist, what do you think of this image?
So,
do you agree?
Give me a second. I'm in the chair. What the fuck? Who says you can't? Oh, fuck me. Just throw some crystals in that shit, and yeah. And take your canister off, spin it around your fucking waist 5 times, and then you're out of breath, and then you're trying to get the thing on, and it's not quite lining up, and you're getting all panicky because you're about to take this big fucking inhale. And that's fucking awesome with that shit up on the roof. It's really cool on a really cold day. That shit like fucking wafts to the ground like a fucking like a fog.
Yeah, this brings back PTSD. I can smell that right now.
When I was in Germany
too, and I'm Navy.
When I was in Germany, I had this I had this fucking girlfriend, but we did the NBC chamber in Grafenwehr. And after the NBC chamber, we go through the ranges like that. But I would take all my mop gear and put it in a fucking waterproof bag and seal it up. And then I would take it to my fucking girlfriend's place and I would throw it in the fucking laundry room. And she goes over to that fucking bag and opens it up. And guess what? She fucking gets. We weren't dating very long after that fucking happened.
Yeah, this is one of the worst days of basic training.
Yeah, especially if you get smoked before or afterwards, because now you get all itchy and scratchy, and now you're just sweating, and that shit just sticks to everything. Yeah, good time.
Yeah, this is the day that you decide what you're going to eat by how much you want to see it again.
We had, because I think I can't remember the name, the nomenclature. I think they were called the M17 masks. One with the pouches, it didn't have the canisters. It had the fucking 2 big pouches on the side like you see from Vietnam. That's the kind of the ones that we had. You had I don't know if they do it now, but they used to. You had to take your mask off to get the effects. But I think now it's kind of like a mask confidence. Like you can take your mask off if you want to. You don't have to. But I think
it depends on whoever's operating the room.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. No. The confidence room is there for a reason. And when I went through, because I was a yeoman, I was a door guard. Which, guess what? All the door guards, we're in the last group to leave the room. So we got all the smoke built up from all the lines of recruits before. And the guy running the show, who was standing by the burner, I see him look in his hand. It's like, we got some pills left. Threw all of them on before he had us take our masks off.
The thing is, the CS stuff is, I mean, it's fucking. Well, I can see the purpose of the Because the reason why now they do them is called the mask confidence. For the confidence is if you put on your mask for soldiers, so they understand that your mask does fucking stop you from getting affected and stuff like that. But I do still think they need to fucking be able to rip off the mask so that when they do get fucking CS, because the mask is designed, it's for CS, yes, but the primary purpose of the mask is for chemical agents and biological agents. So you need to have confidence that your mask actually does fucking stop shit. But I do think also that, after you say, okay, I've sat in this fucking room for 15 minutes, I've been breathing in masks, okay, nothing fucking happens. Okay, now it's time to rip your fucking shit off. Take a bunch of fucking big whiffs. Because if you're doing riot patrol or some shit like that, like we did in Bosnia, you had the pop CS. You get the shit in your face, you know how to react to it and how bad it's going to be. So you kind of get this understanding of what you're about to get into. So I do still think that the confidence should happen where you don't take your masks off, but as a requirement at the end, after everybody's gone through the confidence portion, you get your fucking mask taken off. But really fucking
just to
sucks.
prove to you that you're in a shitty situation and your mask is protecting you.
That's actually what we did in Navy boot camp in Orlando back in the early 90s. I'm not sure if they did this when you were in, Jared, but the whole company's in there. We all have our masks on. The stuff's going off. There's about 10 of us in a line. So they start off with the first line of 10. Everybody in that line takes their mask off, has to hold it over their head. The company commander then goes down the line and asks everybody 2 questions. One of them was usually one of the watch standing things. And then after everybody's answered the question, then those 10 can leave.
Yeah, so the tweak for when I went through, it was a similar thing. It may have been a longer line because we had our division and our sister division in there. So it was 2 divisions in there at once, all interlaced. But yeah, front row, 1 step forward, prepare, masks off. And you had to take it off, hold it up over your head, and then it wasn't you had to answer questions. It was sound off, name, division, last 4. And everyone had to get it out down the line before the entire line could leave.
Yeah, I think the way they did it for us was you had to take your mask off twice. So you'd go in and everybody would take their mask off at the same time, hold it up, and I think it was like a 5 or 10 second rule, and then re-don your mask and re-clear just to verify your clearing procedures. And then once everybody had done that and cleared their mask and was breathing again, then they did the line by line, name, rank, social, and let you out. And they let us out individually. If you did it, then you got to go out the door. But only they started at the ends of the line. So if you were in the middle, the entire time you're waiting with your mask off.
When I did, when I was at, because I was, like I said, I was a drill sergeant at Bliss, and we had AIT privates that had to go through the confidence course also. And when they fucking hated it when fucking drill sergeant-ish, me, had to fucking do the room, because I would do the confidence thing like I was instructed to, because that was how you had to do things, is you got to do things by the book.
By the book.
But as a drill sergeant, you have to do things, by the book. But after you do shit by the book, you can fuck around with people. So what I would do is I would have the mass confidence test, and they would do the fucking canisters around their back, and then once in a while you get the ones who couldn't get the shit off fast enough, so they start coughing and hacking and throwing up or wheezing into their fucking mask. So I kicked them out, and I was like, okay, we're good. Now it's gonna be masks off. And and the thing is, the ones who had to go in there with me fucking hated it, because when it was masks off, we're singing the Army fucking song, and nobody's getting out of there until we're done. So I would just take off her mask. Like I was standing right in the middle. It's like 1, 2, 3, and they fucking start singing. I would just kind of be like a composer, standing in the middle, kind of like turning very slowly, and I was like, they're all fucking motivated in the beginning. But about 30 seconds into this fucking song, it's getting all fucking. The harmonics are fucking gone. They can't hold their breath any fucking longer because they're trying to sing and trying to hopefully get through this thing fast enough in one breath. It's not fucking happening because everything's getting slow. And I get the end. I just spin it out until everybody's fucking coughing and hacking and snotty. And then, all right, everybody get out. Next. All right. Take your fucking stand around, do push-ups. All right, everybody get in a fucking circle. All right, sorry. All right, privates, get in a circle. All right, this time I want everybody to do the side straddle hop in cadence exercise. 1, 2, 3, da da da. I do that for 5. Then I would do them for push-ups for 5 and da 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 da. All right, now take your canister, put it on your back, and da 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 da. Screw back on. Okay, you and you are getting all snotty. I don't like this. Get out of here. All right, at this time, everybody take off your masks and the soldier song. Oh, sorry, the soldier song, but the Army song. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. So if you're a private outside that fucking thing and waiting for shit to get stupid.
When I was in the Netherlands, I was a CID agent. So CID isn't like the normal army. We wear civilians every day. We rarely do training because our mission is every day. Our mission doesn't stop because crime doesn't stop. So generally, we fluff most of our training to meet the requirements without getting stupid. Well, in Germany, my battalion headquarters was in K-Town. And there's like 5 different offices across Europe that fell underneath them. And we were all close enough that we could get together for training. Now my battalion's in Hawaii, so we can't get together for like everybody training. And our battalion headquarters and my battalion commander is an MP. So he's regular Army line MP, not an agent, never done the job, doesn't know what we do. So he was very hua and wanted us to do the regular Army type of training. So once a quarter, we'd get together for 2 days to do regular Army in uniform training, which already pissed us off because we're prima donnas and shit. And at one of those trainings, they had a gas mask confidence. And the battalion XO, again, an MP who's very hua, told us, oh, and it's going to be a requirement to take your mask off. And we're all like, do these people know who the fuck we are? We don't do this type of shit. We sit behind desks. Why am I taking my mask off, you asshole? But we played Army, and you got a bunch of fucking senior enlisted and warrant officers in a gas chamber with the battalion commander cheering us on as we come out the door, drooling and throwing up.
It's a rite of passage. Everybody.
That's the thing is that for the amount of time or for the number of times that I've been CS'd and I've been pepper sprayed and I've been pepper balled and everything else, I've never thrown up. I've had irritation in my eyes.
I've never thrown up.
I've had irritation in my skin, but I've never thrown up.
Oh, the fun part. I got to see some of the training that the auxiliary security forces do aboard ship, especially in Japan. And part of it was if you are going to be carrying pepper spray, you have to have experienced it and gone through an obstacle course after being sprayed by it. And I got to see it. The way they sprayed the couple guys that I knew who were going through it, I found it fucking hilarious, because normally they're just supposed to get you with just a couple sprays, kind of like a number 7 across the top of your head and then down by your neck. No, the MA who was doing it decided to fuck with them more. This guy had fucking laser aim with it. He went right above the eyebrows, down across the eye and nose, right across the chin.
That's how we had it.
Yeah, he fucking Zorro'd him.
Yeah, that was how it was in '95 before we went to Bosnia. We had to go through that pepper spray shit just in case we had to deal with any kind of riots and stuff in Bosnia. Or not Bosnia, but Bosnia was my second time. But in Kosovo for I-4 implementation force in '95, yeah, we had to go through that same shit in Grafenwehr, and it really fucking sucked if you got a guy who had a grudge that day because he just started spraying your fucking face, and they would tell you to go do something, you can't fucking see shit, so you're just whatever, but your face has got that red shit over you. So, but the worst, I never fucking threw up with CS. You get all fucking snotty and whatnot, but
damn dog.
Damn. Hey, Snowball.
But
go get him.
But the worst fucking thing is that stuff where you do your check for your seal on your mask in the embassy room. It's called the banana oil test. That shit will make you fucking throw up. Yeah, it makes me throw up.
Have you guys ever heard of the salt pepper spray gun?
No.
The assault pepper grace? No.
It's called SALT. SALT. Basically, what it is, it's almost like a handheld paintball gun, but the bullets are pepper spray, and it's meant for home self-defense. Here, I'm going to screen share a video. No audio. Let me see if I can pull it up, because this is amusing as hell. If you've ever heard of the channel Modern Rogue, check it out. It's 2 dudes that just do weird shit, manly stuff. And so they got one of these salt pepper spray guns to test it and show everyone. And it's like a handheld pistol, and it feels like a fucking gun. That's it. And it's CO2 controlled, so that you can leave it loaded.
It hits like a fucking brick when it hits you. I know that because I've been shot with that thing. That son of a bitch hurts.
What's great about it is you can leave it in your nightstand with the CO2 cartridge in it, and the first time you pull the trigger pierces the CO2 cartridge, so it's not continuously leaking. And then the next shot is actually live. So these guys tinker around with it, and then they're going to play with it just to see how it works, and then shoot pepper spray at each other.
Nope.
And you can see the precautions these guys take. Let's see.
Yeah, we had
So far behind on
pretty much what we
YouTube.
had in Bosnia in '95 was like equivalent like bear mace. That was pretty much what we had.
Yeah. So don't want to shoot him personally, so he's just gonna like stand up into the cloud.
So for those people who have asked in the live chat about, oh my god, this is one of those. It hits the board.
Just pop him on the ass.
But so for those who are wondering, with the situation with Sean Hufford, yes, his PayPal link is still on display. Last update I had, he was right around or a little under $6,500 total. The goal is 10 grand, and that will get him out of Indiana and down to Florida, which not sure why he would want to go there now with the hurricane coming, but at the same time, he has a job waiting for him down there, so that's kind of a big draw. So
now they're building body armor.
out of
So, Jared,
cardboard.
Did you see the web cartoon I was sharing? I shared the full thing in Discord earlier today.
Yeah. Actually, if you want to bring that up. So I just got a message from Sean. It is literally just over 6,500 is what has been raised so far. So we are 3,500 away from him being at the overall goal, which we reached the overall goal. We will have a calendar's worth of provocative pictures for the public from Cheshire Vic. We will have the entirety of the collage of images that result in a Red's Rhetoric face reveal in a red bikini.
Oh God. Dear Lord,
God
save
damn
our
it.
soul.
Why did I help out with that? Oh, man.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, at least you know what? At least I'm too broke to donate right now. Otherwise, I would have donated to it without realizing we were going to see Red's face in a bikini.
I donated before I knew that was happening. I'm screwed.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't realize it was a stipulation.
All you bastards sit there and donated that shit. Now we're going to have to see Red in a bikini.
I hope it's a fucking red bikini with like spaghetti straps and stuff, and that back strap on the butt is kind of, leaves nothing to desire. Like it disappears in a black hole.
You want to see Red Rhetoric in an edible bikini? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't say anything about edible.
Yeah.
But if it's equivalent of fruit roll-ups, why not? Let's get a bunch of fruit roll-ups and tape them together.
Hey, Jared, why don't you read the part of the bald guy?
Okay. So
do you want me to go back to the first panel?
Yeah, let's go back to the first panel. Let's go through this because this was put in the memes and it's pretty hilarious.
I just got putting something out real fast. Hey, the Earth is seriously flat. Where the fuck are you? Because I'm here and you're not. So I just want to put that out as a record.
Sounds like someone's being a pussy bitch.
No, he said he would be there.
So hey, Sean.
What'd I miss?
Oh fuck me, Sean's here.
Everything
Hang
and
up.
nothing.
Everybody leave. Hang up. Sean's here.
We've had quite a bunch of stories about the confidence chamber. Me getting caught going 92 and a 35.
This webcomic.
Yeah.
Speaking about that 92 and a 35, Jared, did you read my comment in live chat?
No.
Okay, I drive a Rolls. Okay, my car is a Rolls. It rolls down one hill, can hardly make the next one.
Nice.
It's a Rolls Canardly.
Are you drawing Bugs Bunny railing Porky Pig?
What the fuck?
Yes.
Why?
You should put anchors on Porky and give Bugs silver oak leaves. That should caption itself.
Great idea, XO.
Oh God! You guys really want to hear? You guys want to hear a nightmare real quick? Speaking of boot
Go for
camp nightmares, I got an instant message. I got an instant message on my Facebook page from my RDC.
He's still alive?
Yeah,
God, you would think
he
it.
is an AOMC. He is an AOMC,
I have no idea what that is. It's like
Aviation Ordnance Master Chief.
it's like
E9.
it's like gibberish.
It's E9. He's an E9.
E9 Aviation Knuckle Dragger.
It's
Here
still
you go, Jared.
can't be worse than cloud lice.
Wow.
Well, I got a message from him today asking if I was me, and I was like, yeah, I am. So
Oh,
You
this
should say
is not right if
you
blow
should
that.
say yeah, it's me. You want to see dick pics?
no. Thankfully, he was not the type of guy to walk around and check dicks. So yeah.
As far as you know, you could have.
Oh no, he did. He didn't check us out while we were swinging free.
I don't know.
Hey,
Secret cameras.
with the FE core stuff going on, the drama, I've got a Skype question.
Okay.
If anybody who knows Skype, I haven't used it too much other than recently.
It starts with an
When
S.
you've got somebody in your contacts and you've got their little circle, their indicator whether they're online or not, if that circle just completely goes away, does that mean they've blocked you or removed you from their contacts list, or they're just offline?
They're either offline or they blocked you.
No,
Yeah, that's
a
Riley.
block will look like a block looks like a red circle with a hollow slot in the middle. That's what a block is.
Because I've never
Well,
seen.
so-
I've been chatting with Riley for the last week after my interview of him on Sunday, which I'm still recovering from. And I'd
Oh,
sent
you
you the
gotta-
message, Jared, of me basically saying, "Hey, man, I'm enjoying our chats, but I can't associate with someone who's doing unethical and illegal things." And specifically with the FE core stuff. And his response was, "Okay, see you around." And then I sent him a message that they wanted him on Steve McRae's channel, and suddenly his icon went away for if he was online or not. So I don't know if he removed me from his contact lists
He
or
removed
what.
you from his contact list.
He's a scared little bitch.
Yeah.
Funny
Yeah.
enough, the guy on Stephen Cray's channel in the live chat, Sleeping Warrior, I was
That's
sure that
Riley.
it wasn't him, and it was somebody else, because for a long time, Lively has had me blocked on YouTube. But I found out that he actually has removed that block.
Well, and
For some reason.
even then, if someone has you blocked, you can still see their commentary. They just won't be able to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Unless
I don't know
unless
if
you go to
Riley
their
has,
channel and block them on their channel.
Yeah. So I don't know if Riley has just disconnected from me on Skype, but I also sent a message to Ranty, and he hasn't looked at it yet, and he's off. But I'm still seeing his icon as being offline.
It sounds like a levels quarrel.
It sounds like what it sounds like is that Anthony sent BM Furball nudes, and BM Furball did not reciprocate.
He's been trying to convince me all week that math isn't reality, and that there is no part in math in experimentation or science.
I watched 20 minutes of that premiere, and I had to quit because there is not enough alcohol in the universe to keep me from losing brain cells out of that bullshit.
Actually,
There's still 2 hours of it left.
This is what you do when they play that fucking Mathis on a game. So okay, Riley, you're a fucking van driver, or whatever, and you drove around people all fucking day, and you get your paycheck. Your paycheck's supposed to be 300 pounds or some shit like that. But if the employer, your paycheck's supposed to be 300 pounds, and your employer pays you fucking 100 pounds, I guarantee the math is going to come really fucking relevant really fucking quickly.
Yeah. So, speaking
His response to that, though, is that that's not true science. That's not natural science, because that's man-made. Science is only natural.
Bullshit. So, speaking of him and his whole claim that math is not reality, I've been talking with Logical Troglodyte in the background for a show that he and a friend of his are going to be starting up. Actually, this upcoming Saturday evening, Sunday morning. Or is it next week? Next week. So not this weekend, the weekend following, September 8th. Logical Troglodyte and his friend are hosting a show where there will be two guests talking about the particular subject, and that'll be the show every other week. Episode 1, Education versus Indoctrination. The special guests, Conspiracy Cats, and myself.
Nice.
Sweet.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we're going to have the point of view of someone who actively works in the education system in the UK, and then I will be bringing my experience as a military instructor at the shop level and at the command level, and how that goes. Because I actually had to go through the MTI course in order to get that certification. So while I was not at a full-fledged training command, I got the same training that the people at the training commands got.
I got drill sergeant's badge.
Yeah. Yeah, see, had I stayed in longer, I was planning on doing or at least trying for a stint as a drill instructor, because that would have been fun to fuck with the recruits.
Sorry.
Episode 2, which is airing on September 22nd, Is Math Real? The special guest for that one, our wonderful engineer who works at a particular submarine company, Mike Bertelson.
Nice.
And myself, because of my actual education and training and work as an electrical engineer. So, yeah, try to tell us that math isn't reality.
So here's Riley's position. Here's Riley's position, and I apologize, but this is a little bit lengthy, and you're going to get dumber from listening to this. But we were discussing whether math was reality, and I said, hey, you could use math to represent my Cavendish experiment.
Yep.
And it represents reality, correct? And he said, this is his response. Yeah, an accurate representation of reality, but that's not what science does. That's what mathematics does. Science establishes the cause and effect by systematic experimentation, a hypothesis test. Math plays no part in experimentation. You might use math to formulate your hypothesis if the frequency of something is thought to be the cause in some way, or predict where your arrow might land or whatever, but science doesn't calculate anything. A hypothesis is science, not a calculation.
Obviously,
hypothesis, cause and effect.
Obviously, he's never talked to Bob Nuttall, because Bob Nuttall is an amateur extra here in the U.S. on the ham radio bands, and you've got to know a fuck ton of math to get that.
Well, so here's the thing. Lily actually has talking to Bob Canoodle. And so the show with Logical Troglodyte, here's where it gets really interesting. The episodes 3 and 4 are also scheduled out at this point. Episode 3, Gravity versus Density, Mike Bertelson again, and Blue Marble Science. Episode 4, now this is the one I'm looking forward to watching. Do rockets work in a vacuum? Blue Marble Science and Red.
Oh,
Nice.
That will be fun.
Where's Gio when I need him?
Send that to him on Discord.
He's probably horizontal now, or he is just assuming the vertical position from waking up.
Oh, he's probably still asleep.
In cadence
he's probably
exercise.
still horizontal.
Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to be on a live stream with Baldy Cats. He wants to do a chat about the Cavendish. He's been trying to figure out the intricacies of live streaming with other people. He has no idea how to do it.
And he's coming to you for that?
Tell him he can hire
I know.
Pig.
He actually asked me, he's like, hey, man, how did you do your interviews? He's like, they weren't live. I don't have the ability to do it.
Hang
Find
on.
someone else. Sorry.
Hang on. Has he gotten back to you that he has gotten a hold of someone? And
I
figured
haven't
it
heard
out
from
yet
him
or no?
today. I haven't heard from him today, but the last message I got is that he's planning on tomorrow afternoon. He thinks he's got it figured out.
Okay. Wait, tomorrow afternoon
me see.
British time or
We'll be in about 27 hours, I would say,
27
from
hours?
right now.
Okay. So, I will make sure that I am awake and available in case you guys do need help. But,
Okay.
Jared, you're doing movie night tonight. There is no way in hell you're going to be awake and available.
But I didn't say I would be sober.
He's got you there.
Part of making yourself available is making sure you can actually operate the equipment the programs.
Hold up. I was a comm-nav tech from the Navy. Come on. How often do you think I was sober when I was at work,
Well,
especially the first few years when I was in Florida?
Not very fucking often.
Yeah. So, when I say I'll be available, I will be available to actually help get it set up and actually get you guys going in the right manner.
Okay.
So,
I'll message him later on this afternoon.
Yeah, word of advice, send him that message and give him a warning and actually try to touch base with him an hour before he plans on going live in case he needs to download and tweak anything. This way we can make sure it's set from the beginning.
All you need to do to replace Jared is get like 10 of those fucking drinking bird fucking things and put them around a keyboard. And just send them to be doing things different at random times, so just hit keys at different times. So one hits the interbate key, and one hits the fucking space bar, and one hits this fucking button, all at different random times, and you got Jared right there. It's fucking gorgeous.
See, I actually can use my brain power. I'm not Kyle trying to do 95%.
I would. Well, the thing, for the drinking birds, to use your brain power, you just use tape just to hold them down so they don't move on their own. So they don't actually go from the Y to the S key. You just tape them down. That's the thinking part. You just get them rocking, and look, the fucking stream's working perfectly with my drinking birds. Hit the enter key, hit space key. This key, hit that key.
Press the any key? Where's the any key?
Hey, Jared, you can attest to this. How true is this?
Wow.
What?
And that's not all. That
Are we looking at?
When you go through airport security.
Maybe a little bit harsh.
Well, so I'm not seeing the molestation room. I'm not seeing the pervy scanner.
Remember, this soldier is describing it to them.
Ah.
Hey, if you're not down for a little butt stuff, you don't need to be flying anywhere.
It's called credit checking. Just swipe the credit.
Yeah, I investigate that now. It's a crime. And I have.
Well, back in the day, it wasn't.
Here you go, Jared.
Swipe it.
This is the Danish army.
Chicks armed to the hilt.
Nice. Actually, duckling, but still.
Close enough.
And here comes a truck.
It is the
Here comes the 18-wheeler.
God damn it.
Splat.
Nah, I like the what was it? Bike with a bicycle and a bicycle trailer with a machine gun mounted to it. I like that one better. But all right.
Army training, sir. Oh, the fucking Merkava. At Fort Irwin, we had that kind of shit happen all the fucking time with the M1s up there in the wadis and stuff. They get those kind of predicaments.
Okay, so when you get a tank stuck like that, what are your legitimate options?
In that case, right there, if that was an M1 and you would get a thing called an M88. It's a recovery vehicle. It would come up behind it. You get two fucking privates who are fucking really fucking brave and climb up both sides.
Looks like they got it right there.
Yeah, you hook that thing up and drive backwards or winch that bitch back. And eventually, it's going to pull that barrel up out of the ground. But yeah.
No, so
either that or take about at least 400 pounds of Semtex, would probably do it better.
So, and
I
looking
mean,
like
with a
that.
bent barrel or a gun, I mean, how much else is fucked?
Yeah, I was going to say, looking at that, it looks like at a minimum they were going to have to replace that main gun assembly.
That everything on
there's going to be more
everything,
damage than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
I mean,
on that gun, the gun, the trunnion, the recoil mech, all that shit's fucking getting replaced. Probably the bearings for the equilibrator, the turret. That's so fucking reinforced as regular, but that gun's got all that weight on it. So with the plus when that gun hit that ground, it pushed the recoil mech back, so it kind of acted like a spring. But the gun, the equilibrator, the breech block, the trunnion bearings are all probably fucking shot to hell. So they just probably take it back, rip it out, resurface the bearing surfaces for the trunnion. The trunnion's with the part that makes it go up and down. Replace all that shit, and then put a new breech block, recoil mech, equilibrator, and of course
it would probably be almost easier just to replace the entire turret.
Yeah, but assuming the frame isn't bent, twisted.
It's not gonna, yeah, it's not,
well, not frame, but, you know.
Those turrets, I mean, turrets ain't fucking weak. They're designed to take a hit and keep fucking turning. So unless it was fucking something, unless it was ripped off of the bearings physically separated, but if it was pushed backwards, it wouldn't do anything because it's designed to take a fucking hit from the front from a main tank round without causing damage, and that right there isn't remotely causing that kind of a force. But the big problem, not the problem, but all the soldiers in that fucking tank, when they went over that thing, all they have to think is that it's about to be a fucking washing machine, because that's what's going to happen to everything inside there. It's not fucking strapped down. Yeah. So everybody.
When I was at NTC, I was at NTC in 2002, and we had a full rollover. And luckily, the TC was able to get inside the vehicle before it rolled over, and it laid on its roof or on the top. It was fully flipped over. The only one that it was able to get out immediately was the driver, because he had the hatch, and it wasn't lined up for everybody else to climb out through the driver's hatch. So they actually had to dig their way out through the TC hatch.
So M1, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember which, because I retired out of Fort Irwin, and I was with Pale Horse, which was the CT team for them with ACR. So we had to deal with a lot of stuff that the Blue Force would be doing out there. And so I had to spend a lot of time, especially when the Strikers came out there. They had Strikers had fucking all kinds of fucking rollovers, and when they started bringing back after they called the high back to force on force, because for a while there they were just doing
notional
going around. Well, they were going, dealing with fucking Teaford City, stuff like that. Bikini Wassel out there at Four Corners, way out there by Crash Hill, all that kind of places. Those villages, it was all pretty much dealing with civilians like that, town stuff. But in 2015, 2016, they started going back to force on force. Back they used to have back in the day where it was big tank battles going across the Central Corridor, or up north, or down there by Whale Gap. Those big fucking battles they used to have. But they when they brought for a while there they stopped, because they started doing all the stuff with Iraqis and town populations, and Lebanon ACR is mostly doing stuff like insurgency operations and all the stuff for towns. But anyways, the Strikers got there after everything started going back to high intensity operations, and everybody kind of forgot about how to fucking drive an open terrain at night, doing maneuvers. And they had fucking Strikers rolling over, going into wadis. Bradley's doing that fucking tank dead, nose diving this shit. Bradley's going up the side of hills, and then basically getting too top heavy and rolling over 3 or 4 times before they settle into this fucking some kind of like a ravine or some shit like that. 3 M1s flipped over because they went into wadis over there by Browns Pass, and up there in the Colorado Wash, they would fucking had 4 tanks flip over down there by the Colorado Wash. All because people fucking forgot how to maneuver their vehicles at night. They got so used to being like in Iraq and Afghanistan, where they just fucking drive down the roads, they go into flat open spots, but all of a sudden they have to start dealing with terrain at night, and you're not driving around with your fucking lights on. You're driving around with ABGs and tank sights and all that shit.
That's fun. That's so much fun.
Especially when you're driving at night and it's you can't see shit, and all you see is this black fuzzy line. You're just driving this fucking black fuzzy line, and it just suddenly disappears. You're like, what the fuck? So you get out, and you're like, in your Humvee, like, yeah, that's a fucking 300-foot drop right there. I'm gonna back up and go a different way. Da, 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 da.
What's great is driving in a howitzer because we never drove hatch closed because for whatever reason we never drove hatch closed. So you were always I was the driver. I was always out of the hatch, and that's great when it's raining.
That's how it was with on Brad's being a Bradley driver in Germany when it was fucking raining and stuff. When I was a private, that's fucking hatch leaked like a fucking sieve, and that center periscope that you had to pull out to put the driver's night side in, that fucking thing leaked like a fucking sieve. So you'd be sitting in there all semi-dry because you kind of got yourself a little nook of dry space. Like, hey, we got to meet up with the LT at this fucking grid. So go ahead, start up the track. Okay, yes, start up the track. All right, you need to put your night side in because you can't drive with your hatch open. Like, fuck me. And it's fucking raining like fucking European nasty fucking rain. So go up there with the little thumb screws and drop out that fucking center periscope, and of course all the water comes fucking pouring in on you. And you're trying to get you get your night side up in there and you plug it in like fuck the.
Just a second, guys. I'm gonna have to cut out because apparently I have to make a video because Jaronism just threw Mike under the bus.
Whoa!
Oh,
Really?
Do tell.
I just got off the phone with Reds. Somebody actually tweeted him because Jaron apparently just had a live stream a little bit ago where he's talking about the strikes and all that FE Corps is throwing out, and he stepped back from the whole situation by saying that he had no involvement in any of the strikes, any of the privacy strikes, nothing like that. He's all about free speech, and he will protect anybody's right to free speech. So now I've got to make a video asking him why he's not calling out Mike for censoring people illegally.
You won't do it.
Was that on Jaronism? Because I'm not showing anything on his channel right now.
there's one there. Amazon rainforest fire seen from space.
That's the one.
Yeah, it ended 8 minutes ago and it's over an hour long, so it hasn't processed. But if you
It's
go to
apparently
his
right
page,
at the beginning because somebody sent him a super chat asking him about the situation, and he exemplified himself.
Well, we'll see if he
Is it on-
backtracks or if he starts hitting flat from FE Corps, where he may or may not lose his fucking position. Then he'll fucking backtrack.
I think he's going to lose his position over FE Corps once people call him out on this. Because he's between a rock and a hard place now because he either sticks up for Red's free speech that Mike is actively trying to get rid of, or he has to double down and say FE Corps is right by using my video to copyright strike Red's.
Yeah,
all right.
I would make your video. Yeah, I would make your video, but just realize that knowing fucking Jaronism, he's more worried about being popular when hanging out with the cool kids. So he might kind of fucking he may shift the goalposts on this and kind of backtrack a little bit.
This is going to be Creative Commons, so everybody's free to mirror it all they want.
All right. And yeah, I'm expecting him to follow the money, but go make the video. We'll still be here. And last I knew, there is movie night tonight, so we're going to be here only about another hour, maybe less.
All right, I'm listening to the video really quick, the stream. I'll be back.
Go ahead. I just think that Jaronism is gonna back off a little bit because he wants to be part of FE Corps so bad, and he touts around that he's a member of FE Corps' board of director or board of fucking whatever's, that he will backtrack and say that Mike is doing the right thing because he doesn't want to go the fucking way of being kicked out of FE Corps, like what's his name was.
Yeah, I can see him trying to toe that line where it's like I can see him trying to ride that fence to where he's still in good with FE Corps, but at the same time he's not condoning the strikes that are taking place. I could see him trying to do that.
Hold on just a second. I actually have it here. Give me a second to back it up a bit. I can play it for you.
Who in the hell's breathing in their mic? Don't eat your mic. Get your mic boom away from your mouth, private.
or your private.
Well, some people want the microphone near their privates. It gives a nice little vibration.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready for this?
All right, so
but go ahead anyway.
Let's get the actual quote from Jism.
Do you want? All he's showing is the thumbnail, so I'm not going to show the the video?
No, we just need the audio.
Yeah.
I want to address a question that came across in the chat early on, right when I posted this video. Someone asked me, why are you FE Core morons filing false copyright strikes against people like Reds? First off, I've never done such a thing and never would. I believe in free speech, open platforms, just like people take my videos all the time and put them on their channel, comment, and you know what? So be it. If people want to watch that crap, go right ahead. I produce my content. If people want to watch this, go ahead. If they don't, delete me, block me. That's how I feel about other people. I certainly don't take time to watch their channels. They've told enough lies about me to the point where I don't trust anything that they've got to say. You should be the same way, but if you choose to watch them, as many people do, go right ahead. He then said that he has a direct quote from Mike. I assume he's talking about Mike Kavanaugh, president of FE Core. And if so, then you have issues. Take them up with Mike, not me.
But
All right, just pause it for commentary.
Yep.
Jaronism, you're a board member of FE Core. We can definitely fucking talk to you about it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You are a listed board member of the organization. People are well within their rights to bring the question to you. And also, spreading lies about you, Jism? Are you referring to the multiple balloon launches that you crowdfunded but then never actually launched? Because that's not lying about you. That's calling you out for your shit.
Hey, speaking about FE Core and copyrights and like that, one of two things. First thing is FE Core about their logo and yippee yada and da da da. There's a fucking reason why the people who criticize like the Church of Scientology, who put out on their fucking in their video, they show pictures of Church of Scientology's logos and what's his fucking name? The leader of fucking Scientology and all that jazz, and shows his picture and shows the fucking, all that stuff about Scientology. But Scientology doesn't fucking block or try and or take down videos of these debunking channels because they know they don't have a fucking leg to stand on. And the other thing is, if you go to FE Core's website and you go to like their homepage, like in the background they have that banner which kind of like shows all this stupid shit that FE Core has never fucking done. And one of those is that GoPro screenshot from that rocket that the one that splits in halfway up. I don't think fucking GoPro or the people who made that rocket know or would approve of a flat Earth organization using their rocket, and that's still as publicity for a flat Earth core. And also on top of all that, all these flat Earth channels who run around bitching about SpaceX and show pictures of SpaceX stuff and SpaceX rocket. In FE Core logic, all those channels can be taken and be struck by SpaceX for displaying SpaceX's logo on their fucking videos. But it doesn't fucking happen because it's fucking fair use. But this stuff with fucking FE Core is a very slippery slope that FE Core is fucking playing with.
And not just that, use of another entity's logo during commentary is not a copyright violation because you don't copyright a logo, you trademark it.
I know, but I'm just trying to say with Scientology, you see a lot of debunking channels of Scientology on the videos. They'll show pictures of David Miscavige. They'll show pictures of the Scientology symbols, the Scientology cross, blah, 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 as part of their fucking debunking stuff. But you don't see Scientology all of a sudden going to YouTube and striking these channels and hitting these people with copyright strikes and privacy complaints because they know they fucking can't do it. And Scientology is known for its fucking tactics of fucking suing the shit out of people to get people silent. But for some reason, Scientology hasn't touched this one. But FE Core thinks this is the fucking way it is, but it's not how it fucking plays. FE Core.
Hey,
well, FE Core is going to run FE Core is going to run afoul of just about everything that they're doing, and you're right, it is going to backfire.
Because right now with everything,
go ahead.
Everything with flat Earth. Right now, Sly and Reds are dealing with fucking YouTube algorithms and a bot. And eventually this stuff's going to get up to a point. that YouTube's going to get, there's going to be a person who's a manual review of this, and all of a sudden, it's going to turn tables on FE Corps because FE Corps is the one who's been doing all these strikes from their official account. So all these strikes and all these complaints are all basically get funneled back to FE Corps, because all of a sudden they're going to start seeing, okay, this is not a privacy complaint, this is not a privacy complaint, this is not a fucking copyright. And who did all these? FE Corps. So FE Corps is all of a sudden going to get all at once all these counter notices and all these privacy takedowns are all going to be fucking coming back to FE Corps' channel, and they're going to get fucking and it's going to get shut down. And FE Corps is supposed to be a non-profit, so I can just see a group come up to me like, hey, FE Corps, we would like to donate to your group, and do you have any kind of information or something about like we do, or anything on like a YouTube channel? Well, we did have a YouTube channel, but it got taken down by YouTube because we went around false flagging and false privacy complaining people, and those people are going to be like, well, yeah, we'll just take our money someplace else, because that's not how a fucking nonprofit works. FE Corps is playing like butthurt, social justice warriors being butthurt and want everything to be suppressed. They're not acting like a corporation or an entity of that nature. They're acting more like a bunch of fucking butthurt YouTubers.
Triggered snowflakes.
They're not even doing that. What they're doing is they're acting like a bunch of butthurt second graders. Let's get real. I mean,
that would be social justice wonders.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, I know a few social justice warriors that are, a little bit higher than second grade education. God knows I'm related to several of them.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. FE Corps is not acting like a corporation who's going through. They don't have a spokesman who's putting out, things about why they're doing what they're doing. It's all hearsay, and so nothing's being, if they're a corporation, where's their spokesperson who's supposed to have this unified message about why things are going out, instead of having a hodgepodge of shit coming in from like Sleeping Warrior and Slice Barcane getting fucking butthurt emails from FE Corps about why they're doing things. It's not acting like a corporation or even a nonprofit. It's acting like just a bunch of YouTubers who don't like having their fucking their shit being criticized, so they can't attack the criticisms. What they're doing is they're attacking the person to get it shut down. And that's all fucking. Yeah. And like I said, it's right now. Slides is dealing with fucking bots and an algorithm. Give it about 10 days for the copyright, because as soon as you appeal a copyright strike, it takes 10. YouTube will sit on its hands for 10 days, waiting for the people who took down the video for copyright, waiting for 10 days for them to come back and say, okay, YouTube, we have taken this to court. The court has ordered that this stuff will be remain down. If it doesn't, after 10 days, that video goes right back up, and that video cannot be hit again for that same fucking thing. So the video comes back up, and FE Corps goes, well, we're going to hit that channel again for another copyright strike. Or sorry, that video for another copyright strike. It can't be hit again. It's fucking untouchable. Yeah. Sorry, FE Corps, you fucked yourself on that one.
Sean is right. He owns that video.
Yeah.
And by them claiming copyright of that video, he's got the perfect lawsuit.
Yeah, it's perjury.
Oh, he does.
That's the perfect lawsuit.
It's perjury.
Yeah, he does. But here's something to remember, though, Sly, with that, because we have had another channel in our community deal with this issue, and it was the whole Daniel Pratt Team Skeptic saga, where it actually ended up taking longer than that, because YouTube is lazy as fuck. So while they say 10 days,
know what I mean?
It could be 7, it could be 20. But
you know what I mean, though. It's a process. It has people want, okay, the video is down. Why this is down? We want to back up right now. Let the fucking system go through. Everybody just kind of calm your little fucking horses. Eventually, this is going to bite FE Corps in the ass. And it's not just going to affect their channel. It's going to affect their business, because these complaints that are going to the IRS and to the Indiana State about how this nonprofit is operating, and this is what they're doing, they can get their shit fucking rescinded in a fucking heartbeat, because that's just not how you fucking do it as a nonprofit.
Oh, so here's the problem. They're not even registered or even recognized as an actual nonprofit. They are claiming the status fraudulently, to where they are going to get boned, because the information that Sly gave the Secretary of State, he's already gotten word that all of that information was passed on to the state's Attorney General, which means it is actually going to be a full-on state legal investigation of what they have been doing, not just against Sly, but in totality.
Yeah, but the thing is,
if I personally wasn't opposed to getting audited by the IRS, I would try to donate to them and then try to write it off. But
and we have to thank Internet Archive for the help with that stuff. With those claims about what would you call it, 401c or whatever. I don't know.
501c.
501c3, and yeah, they are going to.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a quick thing. It's not going to be an immediate, all of their shit's gone. They are going to go down kicking and screaming because of their mentality to begin with. But yes, the ball is rolling to get this stone to literally crush them.
By the way, Jaren has more to say.
The only drawback to the whole
let's
thing,
hear what the
though,
rest
would
of
be
Jaren has to say.
I just want to put out something really fast. Earth is seriously flat. I'm still here, and your fucking ass isn't. Continue on.
A false copyright claim or strike, or even a real one. And if they did ask me, I wouldn't do it. Period. It goes against all my personal beliefs. So sorry. Your issue seems to be with someone else, not me. To me, copyright strikes are petty.
Hang on, pause it. So he said that all of this, it wasn't him. How many privacy complaints did Sly get?
7.
How many listed board members are there for FE Corps?
7.
And who is one of those board members?
Yeah, Jaren.
Yeah, it's all irrespective anyway, because if FE Corps does the strike, Jaren's on the FE Corps board, therefore he's responsible for it.
Each strike has to be from its own individual email. So, hey, Jaren, if you're listening, you need to look into that because someone has filed a fraudulent claim on your behalf. So you need to take that up with that person internally to fix that shit.
What?
To play devil's advocate on here, to give Karen maybe a little bit of leeway, 7 times that the Sly was hit, but FE Corps was the one who did the initial thing, so it was on their account through their email. So it could be like fucking Mike doing it 7 times, or Karen B doing it.
More admins connected to the channel.
Yeah, but right now all we see is that it was taken down by FE Corps. It wasn't taken down by Jarenism or Glowbusters.
The takedown was FE Corps, but the privacy complaints that preceded that.
Yes, that would be remember, Jarenism is not he never. This is how he'll play this. He never said anything about privacy. He just said the only thing he said in response was everything about copyright. Yeah. So he could fucking do a 180 on this right here and go, well, I'm all about copyrights not being done, but boy, if you're doing privacy, that's a whole different thing. And yeah, I definitely fucking hit them for privacy complaints. But privacy complaints, Jarenism, and all the rest of you fucking clowns are not strikes.
Whoa, hang on. From William Signs, Jism also false struck Professor Dave's response to some of Glowbusters bullshit. Fascinating.
Really? I wonder if you ever talked about that.
And by the way, since we're talking about Jism here, every now and then, once or twice every month, I can't remember how much exactly, I have been looking at Jism's Patreon account. For a long time, you could have. It was possible to see how many patrons he had and how much money he got per month. Mm-hmm. Not anymore. That has been taken away. He now has 199 patrons, I think it is. But you can't see how much money he gets anymore.
I have a hypothesis of why he shut that detail off.
Oh.
He lost his PayPal account because of fraud.
Exactly. Yep, and as it says in his bio here, if you would like to make a one-time donation, you can no longer use PayPal as they have recently banned my account and froze my funds. So the options are vanishing quickly. The option, what? So being So being kicked off of PayPal is the same as options are vanishing quickly?
Well, when you do
Right.
business in a fraudulent manner, reputable places tend to start cutting ties.
Yeah, and also I don't really care a lot, all that much about him crying that many of his what does he say here? Oh yeah, most of my videos are content claimed for copyright or demonetized for not being advertiser friendly. Yeah, well, that usually happens when you use other people's content. When you use it in a uh, well, shady way,
Fraudulent
I should
manner.
say. Yeah, fraudulent manner. Yeah, and also
Let's
the
just call.
demonetization of videos. Yeah, the not advertiser friendly. Yeah, welcome to YouTube.
Well, so here's something funny with that. With all the shenanigans we pull on this show, the majority of them are in the green. There are a few of them where we did lose monetization because of some of the stuff we showed because fucking asshats, and honestly I got tired of fighting every single copyright claim. Not a strike, just, oh, that's my piece of music. And like the fucking December 7th episode, some jackass actually two separate jackasses tried to claim FDR's speech. One the video.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, one the video and the
Public
other the
domain
audio.
stuff.
Yeah, that shit is
Yeah.
pure to the letter of the law. Public domain material.
And also, I did a test. No, I didn't. I saw a video of someone doing a test. I think it was what he's called now, Phil Mason.
Rodent, no last name. Those were not 7 strikes. Those were 7 privacy claims, and the 7 board members. So there is that difference there.
Yeah. Thunderfoot made a slew of tests on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure that it's him, or it was maybe it could be another YouTuber that tried the demonetization stuff. Just putting out a video with no content really, just him saying words practically random, swearing. He was using swear words. He wasn't saying anything against the person or anything. He just, said swear words basically. And he first uploaded it as over 18 or whatever it's called. That type, the way you
age
you set up
restricted.
your videos. Yeah, age restricted. No problems with monetization. Then he uploaded the exact same video, but put it under I can't remember what, but something about kids or family. Can't remember the
I don't
category.
think you can't monetize something that's age restricted. I don't think.
No, but he uploaded the video again, but he put it on a category that would make it easy for kids to find it, or making it seem like family friendly.
He changed the category. So here's the
exactly
thing. Here is
different
the
video,
thing.
and he was monetized for that one.
Here is the thing with the age restricted material. You can still monetize it. However, it will never be green. It will always be yellow.
Jared, check Discord.
Hey, before we get going on anything else, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Dipshit's not going to show up, so and it's been about 2 hours. So I'm getting up by mosquitoes. So
he's a bitch.
Later, man.
P-A-T.
Bye, Z's. Bye, chat. Hugs and kisses.
Okay, so what am I looking at?
Look at the screenshot that I sent you at the bottom.
Yeah.
This is from his Instagram.
Nice.
And if you read it, I'll share it with everybody. I like his comment for the actual post.
So can we confirm that he and Missa are no longer together?
Well, this was done 52 weeks
Aw.
ago. So this was done last year. Shall I share it?
Let's.
If it's in the
publicly available
public
on
domain.
Instagram, so
He
there's no privacy there.
He posted it on his Instagram.
Oh, didn't we see this a long time ago?
Well, like I said, it was done a year ago.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's been about a year that he and Missa have been having their issues.
Also, could you read his bio, his Instagram bio? I think he may have swapped something over by mistake as well.
Just some guy asking science to prove some claims and finding out they'd rather just call me names.
Yeah.
Right.
Something is I don't know.
I guess he's
Do you guys see the? Do you see the comments on the right?
Go back to the picture.
Yep.
So Jaron comments, this did not just happen, did it? On Plenty of Fish for a day. First girl I have a decent conversation with, and this happens. Is this candid camera? Who put her up to this? And somebody responds, you deserve to be alone for being so stupid.
Okay, that's weird. I can't see that.
You have to look at the screen.
No, well, I'm looking at his on Instagram myself. Here.
Smart girl right here. Just saw
I
your
know why.
experiment with the light at 17 feet and 23 feet. Nice job debunking yourself with your own theories.
Interesting.
I thought Jaronism.
That was perfectly timed.
Not just perfectly timed. You have the perfect part of the clip. See, Craig? That's how you clip that audio.
I even sent it to him.
Hey, Jay,
Wait.
have you got his Twitter up?
His Twitter?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, who's Twitter? Because I don't think Jaronism has a Twitter, does he?
Yes, he has Twitter.
Didn't Jaronism have a wife or something? Did she finally wise up and leave him or something?
Oh, it was a while ago. He said at the beginning of one of his podcasts, you'll notice that Missa is not sitting next to me anymore.
Asking questions that others are afraid to ask. Why are you so mad? Truth will stand up to my investigations. Lies will not. His bio on Twitter.
Ranty's got a GoFundMe for a Mavic Pro 2.
Yeah, it's a few months old. I wonder if he ever got it.
Ooh, I wonder how the
God,
Flat
that
Earth app is doing. Yeah, how well is that doing?
Horrible.
Let's see.
Well,
I'll just go.
Well, he's seeking funding from flat earthers, so can't be doing too well.
Whee! What? Do you want to play Snowball? What?
She hears a noise out in the hallway.
Stop
it! Hey, stop it! Stop it! Come here!
I told you she was gonna be a tough dog.
Okay, here. Let's show the
Ooh, dinner
people.
smells good. I'll be right back, guys.
All right. What?
There's nothing. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay, it's a long time ago since I last saw that puppy. That is not the same puppy I saw a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, she's so big now. Stop it!
Yeah.
No,
Growing.
there's nobody out in the hallway.
What?
She's growling. I can feel her growling. You're okay.
Or maybe it's trying to be a cat.
No, she was.
Stop it. If she hears anything out in the hallway, and she wants to go bark at it.
I must protect my domain.
Huh. Okay. This is really something smells funny. Not on behalf of
She's actually
these
almost full grown.
this flat Earth nonsense. I'm looking at the ratings of that flat Earth clock crap thing.
Yeah.
Ratings and reviews. 4.2. It has 5 reviews.
Wait.
That doesn't make any sense.
4.2 out of what?
Yeah, out of 5 total.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one review giving it a total of 5 stars. That's the maximum, and the other 4. What the hell? No, other 3 now. I can only see 3 of them for some reason. Only gave 1 star. How does it have 4.2?
The averages are actually done off of all submitted ones, not necessarily publicly visible ones. Because
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, that's true. Because I just think, this stinks. Something's going on there.
Yeah. But well, this has been
bad.
Oh, quite the shitstorm and cavalcade of fuckery, thanks to these guys, and it's only gonna get better.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'll believe it when I see it.
And yeah, I'm actually gonna go take some time, get something to eat before movie night, and then yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend in busy stuff because we have so it's not this weekend, it's next weekend is Canar with Damar, which we have a special guest lined up.
William Shatner?
I wish. Sadly, no. And seeing as how Shit Shives has not responded to my invite to join us, we actually had one of the audience members who is another content creator reach out and actually open himself up to be a potential guest, and that is 1 Minute Debunk.
Sweet.
Oh, cool. And like I said, we do have someone else in our community that has not a direct line, but direct-ish line to him.
To who?
To Shives.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm for some reason I'm not blocked by him, so I tweeted at him, and I even gave him the links of the 2 episodes where we talked about his videos. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. I'll be a little late, but I should be able to. I'll be about a half an hour late, but I'll be able to join.
You're still an asshole for having it at 5 a.m.
You know what?
But I'll be there.
Well, be in a good time zone, and this would solve its problems.
81 days. 81 days.
You're not counting, are you?
I'm looking to see if I'm blocked. I'm blocked by Steve Shives.
Yeah. Here's the channel. If you're not following him on Twitter already, and you're trying to find him, Steve Shives, good luck trolling through the parody accounts.
Oh yeah.
But hey, you could just go.
If you just go to his YouTube channel and go to the about page, you'll get it.
Okay. Unrelated for a second, you guys were talking about the sun and moon clock a minute ago. That made me think. DITRH recently released a short video about the magnetic North Pole and planes turning and blah, 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 blah. So I commented to him, if North and South are the only true straight directional lines, because he was claiming the East and West are curved, how does someone in Australia and South America looking south see the same stars? So his response was, do you think they look south at the same time and see the same stars? The answer is simple. They look south to see the same stars 12 hours apart after the stars have spun 180 degrees.
Oh my God.
Please try to think before you spew indoctrination without indoctrinated, unthought out statements like that. So I responded, but apparently I'm blocked because I can't see my response on my personal page now. So just because I posed a question, Dave blocked me.
Wow.
Well, yeah, but Steve Shines is the master blocker, so you know what I mean.
Well, and then
I
again,
almost want to do.
he isn't even that because it's his. What the hell? It's his. I don't know, bot or algorithm or computer, whatever he's using. He doesn't even know what's going on there because he doesn't do it himself.
I want to do a challenge to all flat earthers and see if I can get the globe earthers on the same side. That I am willing to open up my account and show the list of people I have blocked, and let's see what everybody else on the globe side who they have blocked, and then challenge the flat earth side to do the same to see the massive discrepancy.
Oh, I can do the same thing, and actually I can tell you the 2 people who are blocked on mine.
Yeah, I have 1.
I have 2. And you know what? I think who you have blocked is also on my list.
I don't even remember why I blocked that person, so I might just unblock him.
Oh, well, so I blocked Tim Osman and Patrick Marsden.
Oh yeah, those are absolutely logical blocks. They've never commented on my stuff though.
Oh, they've been in my live chat before, and that's when I blocked them. And by the way, so Area 85, don't tease me. Seriously, don't tease me. Because I will be giving Red a call and letting him know that you said that. And if that's the case, holy shit.
I mean, the VAB is getting way too little love. I need to see some VAB porn.
Who do I have blocked? The only person I have blocked is Quantum Eraser.
I don't have anybody blocked,
take it back.
but I'm blocked by many.
There's just a point in time.
Flying.
There's just a point in time when I just got tired of hearing what he was saying. So.
I have Flying Hamster and Practical Demonstrations. And Practical Demonstrations is blocked because he snuck in and asked me for a wrench, and I thought I recognized him, gave him a wrench, and then he started banning everybody in the side chat.
Wait.
And in what's that?
Are we sure that wasn't Pig playing around?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but if Pig ever loses his wrench again, I'm going to play Whack-A-Pig.
And I have one person on my approved users list, and that's Flat Out Hero.
Interesting.
But just because I want to see his stuff. It'd be nice if you could see who has you blocked.
On Twitter, that would be...
That would be fascinating. On all platforms, that would be fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to know which ones I've gotten so pissed off at me that they've decided to do that. Which, by the way, I'll have to find the exact quote, but apparently Jism really doesn't like me. And I've
of course not. Of course not. You call him that which a spermicide should have killed before he got formed.
Oh no. See, here's the thing. No. I was actually civil. I was actually letting things go. I was being quiet. But once he started spewing the same lie a third time over, I called him out on it. And I actually, for my standard, I called him out on it as civilly as possible. But apparently it made him cry.
I don't think that I could call him out on anything without calling him a failed abortion.
Oh, see, that's the thing, is he said that he found, if this was in a message he sent to Red, that he found someone more pretentious than he sees Red as being. And that's me. And he doesn't want to deal with or interact with me because of it. And that was from one interaction with him.
He hasn't met me yet. Oh, wait until he reads my comment on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he's going to block me.
Hey, Jared, you'll never guess who commented on my Anthony Riley video yesterday.
Who?
Red Pill.
Oh, God. He's
Hold on.
back?
Wow, great interview. Riley clearly demonstrated 100% scientific proof the Earth isn't a globe. Great work. 2 thumbs up.
You know, for
I'm
a,
kind of proud that he's actually paying attention to my videos.
But
for
but
a
at the same
high number
time,
of tab guy.
hang on, hang on. He's paying attention, but he's not fucking listening.
No.
Well,
And
remember,
still-
he's high IQ with all those browsers open.
Yeah,
All
but
those
he
tabs open.
claims to have a high IQ, but he still uses the word proof.
But what? I've got a
he
question
means
here.
scientific proof for something in scientific and stuff, but that doesn't make any sense because he would know that you couldn't.
Well, I've got a question here. How many browsers does it take to be open to be considered high IQ?
50.
50?
So,
you know, I've done that.
So,
I've
I
done
responded
that
back
with the
to
old
him.
Windows 5.0 hijack back when the cookies would hijack your browser and send you to various sites.
So here's
I've had hundreds of them.
His comment specifically stated that Riley clearly demonstrated 100% scientific proof the Earth isn't a globe. My response was, I thought you were just a globe skeptic and not a flat earther. I'm saving for this for later for when you claim that again, so I can call you out on your blatant lie. Great work.
Beautiful.
So here's another thing to think of. Here's another thing to think about. You can be a high IQ and still be a dumbass.
Yeah.
T-jump. Sorry.
All you have to do is willfully ignore that which you were taught.
Don't worry about the phone glitch area, but we'll chat later. I'm definitely going to give Red the primer. Now, here's a question. Which location would this be at? Because, yeah, this could be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, I'm going to get going because I'm actually going to heat up some food, and then we should be getting the link for movie night in about a half hour. No,
Speaking of which, where's the menu? I haven't seen the menu yet.
that should be getting released momentarily if it's actually going on. And I don't know. You know what? If movie night ends up being a last-minute cancellation, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just might go to bed and get some sleep and forget about my fun doing 92 and a 35 and with that,
close to 160% over speeding. Yeah, I mean, if you had done that here, would have. Yeah, they would have not even given you points on your driver license. They would have taken it for, I think it's 2 years.
Well, think about this though. In Texas, they will throw you in jail for doing that. It's considered reckless endangerment, and if you do it in a neighborhood residence area, you can be charged with criminal attempted negligent homicide. I think.
Oh,
it's a low end felony if you do it in a residential zone.
Yeah. So
cool.
You guys hang around. You guys hang around. I'm gonna show you the area that this took place in, and yeah. So with that, we will see you all next week and on the next hangout, whatever channel I end up being on, which I have no clue which one that's gonna be yet. But keep an eye out. The fun is going to continue. It's just a question of where and when.
Yep.